Good morning guys, welcome back to another video. This is that bleeding tall, I can't get it all in. It's a 6-drawer pine bedroom drawers. And I've sanded it all, I've cleaned it all and everything else. I've took all the finish off the top. They're still wet, I've just washed them all down again. And I've took all the finish off the fronts of the drawers. So I'm going to give them 10 minutes to dry off a bit, and then I'm going to tape the drawer fronts off. I haven't decided yet what I'm doing, but you know, I'm sure you can come along and watch with me. I also got this as well. This is really nice. It's on his side. I've got no room. That's my daughter's. Look at the size of that bleeder and all. It's about the size of me. I think she's just listed that, so that's her little contribution to the world. And I've got stuff all behind here, and yeah, I'm getting a bit full. Plus my little space in the garage is getting quite full too. So I could do with. It's nice though. I'm selling 1 to 2 pieces a day at present, so it's a win-win. But yeah, that's lovely. Can't wait to start that. I don't know what I'll do with that though. But anyway, we're doing this one because, you know, it's kind of easier. So like I say, I should tape off all the insides, all the fronts of the drawers, so I can paint all the edges. I haven't even decided on colour yet either. So I'll have a look and we'll come back. Right then, I got a bit carried away. I've taped them all off. The others are up there somewhere, and I've done them in a pale grey. So sorry I didn't show you. So I'm just gonna tape off the top and stuff on this one, and then we'll paint that one as well. Alright. Right then, I've painted all that as well now, so I'm going to do a stamp over the wood, I think. Now I've finally got a white stamp, I think. We'll have a look. I don't know what to use. I can't use my new ones because I think they're too big, and I'll have a rummage. I might do a stencil. We'll have a look and then I'll come back. Alright. Good morning guys. Right, we're back to this little one again. As you can see, I've sanded and took the tape off the drawers. And that's because I've decided to place on one of these rice paper sheets from Prima. Now, I've never done this, not with a rice paper, but I've done it with napkins. It feels dead weird. It feels like a kind of material. It's very strange. But I was waiting for this to come, and we're changing the paint colour as well to this one. But that's fine because that'll just be a base of what's already on. And I think I'm going to paint the top in that colour as well, so that won't be sanded. But me thinking is that we'll paint the top 3 drawers all one colour, all the same colour. That paper will go randomly on the bottom. I don't want it perfectly smooth and nice and everything else. And then I'm hoping I forgot to look, that I've got a suitable clay moulds just to do a bit of detailing around it as well. So it was inspired off a few items that I've seen on Pinterest. Absolutely beautiful what they've done. Mine of course will look nothing at all like that, but you know, I'm willing to give it a go. So I'll set us up. Well, I don't know how I'm going to set us up actually, because as you know in the last video I broke my tripod again, so I've had the sun out here. But it's working as well, so I'm not sure how we're going to work it. I'll have to keep shouting him, see if he'll pop out for me. But we'll get set up and then away we go. I may give it all a coat of that other colour first, because you don't need to see me painting that, do you? It's just painting. Everything's already been prepped and everything else done. So yeah, I think I'll do that first. I'll give it all a paint and then we'll come back. Alright, see you shortly. Right then. Oh dear, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I've painted all that, so that'll need another couple of coats. But I just thought I'd have a quick look at this. So I've chopped it into 3 because it don't tear. Should it tear? I thought it were just like, well, I thought it were rice paper, but I mean it's this that I've picked up. I can't have it in windowsill because you can't see because of the stupid light again. I mean, it says it's tissue paper, but I tried ripping a bit and there's no way that's ripping. So, I don't know. So I've chopped it so that it covers round. I want it, oh sorry, it's me again, isn't it? So I want it to there, but I want it to go round the drawer. That's why I've not painted the edge. Well, I did, but I've sanded it back off again. So I want it quite... I didn't want to paint it white underneath. I wanted like the wood to show through. So it's like more of a distinct kind of colour, if you know what I mean. I didn't want a solid green. But what my idea is that obviously I put them on and then I want to make like a border, not an even border, but you know, like I haven't got any scrolls. I mean, scrolls is what you need, but I'm not going to pay another £20 odd out just to get a scroll stencil. So I shall make do with what I've got. But this is like a little scroll, but I wanted to like shape it. So like I've got things like this on the top, like, you know, coming down, and I wanted like bits to come round there, and I wanted it kind of, I don't mind it being straight across there, but I wanted it shaped there, across, just across the top. So it like, obviously I'll have to paint that bit the same colour, you know, as the drawers, but I just wanted a slight, so it wasn't just a boxy kind of look, if you know what I mean. So do I stick that top one on first? Do I have to make those first? Or do I stick them on over that afterwards? And will this paint okay? I don't know. It's an experiment. So I might stick the bottom one on, because obviously I'll come over with the paints anyway, because it doesn't 100% fit from end to end, so it'll need a bit more. And obviously I want to kind of dab it in a bit so it all blends as well. But like I say, I've got nowhere told you, so I might shout the lad. And of course I can't have you in the window because then it just gives a white out until the, oh look, the sun's just gone in, so perfectly you can see everything. Don't work in a conservatory, it's no good if you want to film. In the paper pretty, I really do like it. Oh yeah, look, sun's coming out again. And that's all you'd see, you see, that bit there. That's all you'd see in the window, so I've got to try and do it down here as well so that you can see it. Oh, I'm a bit frightened. I'll shout him and we'll do the bottom piece and see what it looks like. Alright, see you in a minute. And good night. You filming? Right then. I'm going to use Mod Podge because that's what I've got. I'm going to pour it into a cup. Now, should I be adding water to this, do we think? To water it down, or because it's dead thick. The paper, I've just poured some in. I'm just going to use like a brush for easy. I've got my son out. Can't you tell how good he is? Hey, right. Oh dear, I didn't do it. I'm frightened. Right. I'll do what everyone else does, and that starts at one end. And they always say to put it on nice and evenly, don't they? I don't know how much I'm supposed to put on though. Do a little bit more. Put that there a sec. Now we know it doesn't go fully to end, so oh, it goes on nice anyway. Well, I think it is. Oh, it's very strange, this stuff. Right, we'll fold it back. Oops. Alright, it has come to the end on that one, look. Right, let's take it up then, because it's got to be even, hasn't it? Or otherwise it's all just going to look a mess. Or does this stuff stretch as you put it on? Oh dear. Hey, oh look, I told you, didn't I? I'm panicking and I'm doing stuff wrong now. So I'm lining up with the bottom of the edge. Right then, that's the better. And then it says I'm to go over the top of it as well. So we'll do that. Is this bit supposed to be watered down? It doesn't say, so hopefully not. Christ, I bet you're all shouting at me, aren't you, through the screen? And Cheryl, you're cocking it up, what are you doing? Right, I'm just going to turn the drawer upside down. Stick this bit down as well. If we wanted this on as well, didn't I? So you certainly wouldn't be able to do this with tissue paper, would you? So like I say, who knows what it is. But I'm going to trim all this off now, make sure it's all sat down. And that's it. So I'll do this one and then I'll chop out how I want it for the top one, and then I'll stick that on, and then we'll come back and do the little bits, adding the clay and everything. Alright, so I'll see you in a minute. Right then, I've done them all, so I just thought I'd put them all on. Obviously this is the first one, and I really like how it's drying and you can see the wood through it. So that is perfect to how I wanted it. I didn't want it the heavy green as like it is there. I wanted it to look like, you know, kind of worn out and worn in and all that malarkey. So it's really pretty. So obviously that's the first one, that's the second one, and then that's just the one I've put on. So now to making some moulds. I'm quite pleased with that actually. It's very weird stuff though, this is. It certainly ain't bloody tissue paper. I don't know what it is, but you have to cut it, it don't rip. But anyway, luckily it didn't rip because I had to move it a couple of times. Oh, right, so on to these. So these are the ones I'm going to use, and I can't film it because, as you know, oh actually I might be able to film it. We may be back, or maybe I'll have to show you when I've done. It depends if it works or not. Alright? Right then. I think you can kind of see a bit. If not, I'll have to chop it out when I come to do it. But I might even do like these little swirls just here as well. So if we do this one first. Oh, I do like new clay. Right, I've not tried these one yet, so hopefully they'll all come out nicely. Like I say, it is a new mould, I've not used this part of it yet, so I've got that bit there as well. Right. It's always the same when I do it so that there's nothing showing like that. It's always a lot harder to get out. But like I say, normally it's just until, to me, my moulds get a bit dirty. And then they, or if you've seen in other videos, they pop out lovely. Yeah, that one's come out a lot better, like you see. just scrap this again a minute. A bit more rum. So we've got 2 of them, 1 of them, do another 1 of these. And it's all because it's a new mould. And the a bit finicky look as well, you know, they're a bit delicate, should I say. I meant to order some the resin to try that while I'm on a new trying spree. I mean, I'd use this sort of stuff all the time, but as you know, my furniture, oh shit, bugger. But as you know, furniture doesn't fetch a great deal of money here, so you've got to be very careful on what you spend. So otherwise, I mean, I'd be doing stuff like this all the time, obviously. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it, all the stuff, all the different things that you can get now. And that, the green one that you saw me do, where I used the Prima transfer. Now, obviously it helped because it sold straight away. And it's now been collected, and this was only yesterday it got listed, so in a couple of hours it sold, which unless it's something special doesn't happen like that for me. It's normally a couple of days, but I still only got £80 for it, and that was with using half of one of the transfers. So if I'd have used a full transfer, for me to get them delivered over here, it's about £45. I mean, don't forget, most of my furniture is for free, or very nearly free. It's not very often I pay for any furniture that I use. Which, oh no, I don't want that one. Which is obviously a benefit, because I wouldn't be able to survive if I did. And lately I've been able, there's been some lovely people buying me coffees, which helps me buy things like that, you see, to try. It's not that I don't want to do it and I just like painting bog standard, it's just that that's all the money brings in. So I mean, I'm happy with that. I listed it at 18, I've got 80 for it, so you know, I'm pleased with that, because apart from the paint, which I always get like half of the time mist tints anyway, so again they don't cost me a great deal. So, and your tools, once you've bought your tools, I mean, you've got your tools for a long time, haven't you? And that one, with it just being a quick paint and then that stencil, I did in, well, probably half a day. The stencil probably took me longer to put on than what it did to paint it a couple of times. And as you saw, it was already raw, so all I had to do was get all the like the dirt coat off, I'd say you'd call it. I mean, this hasn't been used before, but this one's coming out very easily, look. So what my idea is, you know, is to use something like that there, maybe have two across and have, you know, something like that in the middle. So then you've got, oh, I want the swirls coming down, so you want them there, maybe another little one there. I don't know if you can see, you probably can't, but you know, just bear with me, just imagine it. And then I want something to come down here, but do I want to swirl? Let's break that bit of the swirl off, see if we can use that differently. Yeah, of course you can. And then I can end with something like that there coming out the edge. Right, I'm breaking all these, dragging them about all over this rough surface, but right. We'll do another one of them, because I'm definitely going to want another one of them. And is it that one I want? Let's just try this one next to it, see what that one looks like. So it might be that one instead. Like I say, that'll be my next investment is investing in one of the big swirly ones, I think. But anyway, as I was saying about the transfer for that one cost me £20, because I'd already used one sheet, and then a £5 for paint, say, and a couple of quid for wax. I used the same hardware. I prefer that one, I think. I used the same hardware, so that didn't cost me anything for a change. What else did I do? I don't think I did out else, did I? So normally my items, once I've done that, I mean obviously I'd got fuel on that, it wasn't too far away, so you say a £5 fuel, it probably cost me maybe £30 all in. I can't do like what you guys do, where you're saying I want like, you know, 30, 40, £50 an hour, because that is just not here. The trick for me is just to obviously do it as quickly as I possibly can, but you know, obviously I don't want it looking a mess, and getting it back out there. So if I can get something one day and have it listed either the next or the early morning for the following day, then that's a win for me as such. So if I move all this lot out of the way, I'll bring my drawer up and then hopefully I might be able to see a bit of something now. Right. Alright, I'm going to want more than 2 of them, aren't I? Right, let's have a look. So, what I want first of all is something like my swirl, and I don't want a lot of this paper on this top bit, so if I do to something like that, with a couple of these going different ways. Let's move that down a little bit. And then I want something like that. So let's do the other side so that we're working off the same sheet as such. Put that one there, and that there. Right, I want something. Let's have a look, see if we can actually see any of this. Right, so I've got a bit of something like that. Now this isn't set in stone yet, it may all be changed, I don't know. I've got a big gap there, and then I've got the same there. So I'm going to have a look for something to put in there, and then we'll be back. Right then, I think this is what I'm going to work with. Did I want to put it on the floor? But anyway, this is, so all above from like there up is all going to be painted in, so the paper is going to finish off all below the moulding. So it's all going to be painted white. Do we think that that's right? I've put like a long strip on either side, or should it have been swirled still? But they're the only ones I've got, so I'll have a look, see if I've got anything else. I don't think I have, but otherwise that'll be the layout, so I'll stick it on. Alright. Right then, this is what I decided on. Well, that don't quite look right, does it? Oh, I've done that wrong way, look, since I've stuck them on. I'll have to pour a little bit more. Oh shit, I broke them now, look. I'll have to put some more glue on them in a minute. That's better, same as that one. I thought it looked a bit weird. So I've glued all this on. Like I say, ideally it'd be the big swirls. I shall have a look and maybe order one now I've done it. But anyway, I shall give them a bit to dry. I'm going to paint all this lot again. I've got to sand those 2 middle bits because they'll be seen through the drawers. So I've got to take the bit of paint off them that I put on, so I'll do that and give all that another coat. And then when this has all had some time to dry, we'll paint this and see what it looks like, see what a mess I made. But I think I'm liking it. I really like the idea of the wood coming through, but I'm not quite so sure now. So I'm kind of wishing that the colour was a bit brighter, but I don't know. I suppose it's until it all comes together, isn't it? You're never quite sure, but I'll do that anyway, and then we'll be back. Right then, this is where we are so far. Now, oh, I don't know. I think I like it, but if you notice, the middle draw's lighter, and that's because I've sanded all over the paper. So I think I'm going to do it on the other ones. I did it a little bit on the bottom, but I haven't touched the top one at all. So, oh right, there's bits as well that I've got to touch in, look, on the edges as well, where the paint's not. If I'd have thought, I could have saved, I'd got some little bits, I could have saved them to put in. I didn't know you actually saw the ledge as such. I thought you just kind of saw it, not as much as that, but I don't know, I don't think it looks too bad. But yeah, I'm going to take that drawer, that first drawer out, and the bottom one, and sand them more, because I think I prefer the colour of it like that. Yeah, I said before that I was glad I could see the wood through, but with this colour of paint, which is actually like a clay colour, it's not a white at all, but it looks very white obviously against this. I wish I'd have put a coat of paint underneath now. I thought this colour would have been a lot darker as such, or I can paint over it all. Mind you, I think that might be going a bit too much, but I think it looks better where it's brightened that middle drawer up. So I'm going to do that. I haven't a clue what handles to put on. I may just put the ones back on that are with it and paint them to match. But like I say, that's how it's looking so far. So see you in a minute. Right then, I'm not happy. Oh, it's done. And I like all the bottom off, but I wish now I'd have brought it up to the fourth drawer. And yeah, I should definitely have ordered the scroll, because I think they just look a bit crap. And I had a bit of blue just to, like, you know, try and bring a different colour into it. And then my daughter says, well, what, you've got like a floral stamp like that, why don't you do that like in a couple of spots like up here? But what colour? I mean, do you do it pink? Do you do it green like the paper? I much prefer the paper now it's all been sanded. Whether, I don't know, it's like I could do with just chopping off there, because I quite like the bottom, but it's like there's too much of this top colour. And I've just literally put those knobs on and given them another quick coat, and I've run out of paint. So one of them little tubs of paint has done all this 3 times. So they really are, especially if you can get them at like 50p. I mean, Christ, it's no money, isn't it? And it dries just as well. It gets waxed afterwards, so. But I didn't try a stencil like that stamp, in case it looks a mess, and then I can't list it. I'm gonna have to go and get some more paint. But I don't know what colour I'd do. Would you do it like in a soft pink? Would you do it in that blue? Have I cocked up with doing that blue? Should I change the colour? I think if I did a stamp and I did it slightly in the pink, I'd probably change the colour of the handles and do them a pink as well. But let me just, it's that big, I can't get it all on. But do you see what I mean by it should have definitely come up another drawer? And I'm gonna order the scrolls, I think, as well, because that had looked so much chunkier and nicer. Now don't get me wrong, I really do like this, but I just think that top bit needs a bit of something. I mean, a man's not going to buy it, is he? So I might do the stamp in pink, like a delicate pink, not a over the top pink. If I try and find one that matches in with the paper, and then I'd redo the handles as well. But those handles, I forgot the colour now, what colour I used. It's a blue in the Fusion colour paint. I'll list it below when I upload it. But like I say, if I do it pink, like if there was like that light pink there, I'll show you. But if not, take it as this is done, unless there's another bit. So you'll have to let me know what you think in the comments box. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, take care guys, bye.